Up because I just my computer was just doing stuff in the background, so I had to restarted it so I could actually stream. Anyways, hey everybody, I'm streaming Okami today, and for this Okami stream, I've been trying to stream Okami for quite a while. For those who have watched back a few, I guess it's been years now. I've been trying to beat Okami AG for quite a while on the PS3. I bought the PS4 version for multiple reasons. Number one, because why not? Number two, because the PS3 controllers I own have I have difficulty in running with Amaterasu, which can be a bit tricky for some of the side quests later on. And my objective is basically try to get the platinum, and we got at least two, or I don't even know if I streamed the part of Orochimaru, if I did that by myself. I think I did that part by myself. But I think there's only story trophies here, or story close related. There's no specific one that is here. So my objective is trying to get all the trophies in this game. I've been trying to do this for like years, since I got Okami HD for that matter, on the PS3. I decided to switch to PS4 because the Elgato also doesn't record PS3, so that's another reason. So I already have 31%, which are basically the story related trophies. Let's get started with the game, actually. Oh boy, Okami. Beat this in PS2, tried to beat it in PS3, but I had so many games that I decided to stream it, and then that didn't work out because our pug would just completely freeze. I mean, the Elgato works fine, but my computer just doesn't want to deal with it sometimes. Beforehand I was like seeing the volume balance on my mic in the game, and boy is it hard to tell otherwise, because my mic actually seems to spike in the OBS here, so it goes on the red, and then it makes it look like the game is slower, and then it's just confusing. Just hard. It's hard. I'm telling you, this is hard. Actually, I already started a new game before in the PS4 file, but I'll start a new game for this stream. Oh god, this is gonna be a long cutscene. I wanted to start this stream like an half an hour ago, or 41 minutes at this point. And Kamaya, that's the guy that blocks everybody on Twitter. I actually don't know if the sound. Sometimes the Elgato on OBS specifically, I guess, desyncs the audio. So if that happens, I'm not sure if it's going on right now, because I can barely hear the game for that matter. Because I don't want to pick it up. Okay, I can listen to a bit of it, but not all of it. Long, long ago, a tiny hamlet known as Kamiki lay nestled in a blue gulf. I don't know why we had to interrupt it in that one sentence, but okay. Proud and beautiful cherry blossoms. Each and every tree around the quiet bird was honored as a god. However, the village was not without its dark secrets. The villagers are assassins? Killers? Murderers? They're basically the same word, but you're just making it sound like the village is a fucking... It's a village of murderers. I don't know. Is that the dark secret? Oh, okay, it's still Orochi. Even though Orochi lives in a cave like miles away from Kamiki village. Okay, I mean it is the closest village, but still. To satiate his appetite of Orochi, the fearsome cave-dwelling beast, a young maiden was offered as a sacrifice at an annual festival. I guess that's a dark secret. That I think everyone in the world knows. I mean, I guess to be fair, this is talking about 100 years ago, so I guess... What am I talking about? But I kind of skipped the last part. Oh well. Its blood red hides alone were said to curse anyone who gazed into them. No one dared to disobey the earthly beast. These streams are normally gonna only go for 2 hours, and it's gonna be like these late night streams on Mondays, because it's probably gonna be done before my day off at late night. Um, that's the plan I'm trying to make, but things might change depending if my days off change in the meanwhile, because I do these before my day off for the late nights streams. Right now I only have one day off because of things. That will probably change soon, but more on that maybe later. Probably not gonna do more streams though, because I have other stuff to do, so. With that said, back to the game. A mysterious white wolf appeared outside the village. This wolf is sculpted as brilliant as the snow. Due to the snow, it was dubbed Shiranui. The wolf kept watchful eye on anyone who ventured outside the thing, yes. The village and made a habit of patrolling the streets at night. People assumed the wolf to be a familiar of Orochi, but he wasn't. They just assume it because, I don't know, they didn't have better things to do. One Orochi had taken upon himself to face the person Shiranui. I'm sorry, I'm just looking something else here. So that's why I'm completely focused on the text right now. The warrior Nagi attempted many times to challenge a wolf, but his attempts were thwarted by Shiranui's swift movements. He is a wolf after all. Why would you try to strike a wolf with a sword? That doesn't work. I mean, it might work, I don't know. Before long, the night of the Cursed Festival had arrived, and a white palm arrow. Yeah, that's what it says, right? Herald. I think that's how it's pronounced. The coming sacrifice, piercing the sky, and the arrow sunk deep. Okay. I'm looking at stuff here. So just a second. How do I work this thing? How does that thing work? Yeah, okay, that should be good. Piercing the sky, the arrow sunk and shaft squarely into. God damn, this has a lot of interruptions. The home of Nami, the village of the most beautiful maiden. Nagi harboring secret love for Nami. Because they literally have very similar names, only changing one letter of their names. Was enraged by this sign. Granted, this is all basic Japanese mythology or whatever, but oh man, the naming conventions. I skipped that one. Okay, we're just gonna end that paragraph there. Otherwise, we're gonna be here forever. The Moon Cave, a place as the dark as evil itself, served as Hiroshi's home. As Nagi stood bravely before the entrance, bravely. A beast appeared in the eyes glowing crimson upon 8 trashy necks. Hiroshi stood tall before it, anxious for another sacrifice. Nagi leaped with incredible grace, swinging his blade valiantly. On and on, he sliced well into the moonless night. But the Hiroshi hide was like steel. The blade left a nary scar. I mean, if it was a scar, I think it would have been better than a scratch. But whatever. At long last, Nagi and his energy spent from the intense battle dropped to his knees, fatigued and grasping for his breath. He knew it was starting to death. I think the Japanese text is already ahead of us, because this is the part where you should describe that Shiranui passed by, and it was, oh yeah, I'm here by the way. It was there that the wolf appeared. Yeah, that's the line where he should have popped up. As if to protect Nami, I'm sorry, this is the wrong show. It stood the ground before Hiroshi. In the darkness of the cave, the wolf's skull shone brilliantly. Alas, it was the Shiranui, the wolf that dwelled outside the village. Bearing the fearsome claw, Shiranui whipped towards Hiroshi. Hiroshi reared his terrifying head, readying its fangs for battle. The two beasts struggled wildly, thrashing in the darkness. Mysterious and terrifying, the spectacle continue. Shiranui summoned guts of divine countered Orochi. That reminds me, I think in this version, unlike the previous versions, you can actually skip the cutscenes from the get-go, because I think in the original HD version, because it was based on the PS2 version, it didn't have that option for some reason. Don't know why, but whatever. Shiranui summoned the guts of divine wind and countered Oroshi's flames. I'm saying this because, goddamn, this cutscene is very long. And I'm getting tired really quickly because the beginning just has so much plot dump. Let me tell you about the Legend of Orochi, and then let me explain the plot of the game. Because this is just basically explaining the Legend of Orochi. Then we have to deal with the plot of the actual game. As Orochi calls to Shiranui, sharpened claws glittering or whatever, a gigantic tree suddenly sprouted forth and shielding the wolf. Shiranui fought gallantly to gain the upper hand. However, Orochi, protected by a mystical power, was not easily bested. Shiranui covering gashes, majestic cold to die prison. Okay, that means he's bleeding. Why do you need to be so complex about that? Stood exhausted before the mighty Orochi. So this battle's not going well. Orochi saw a chance to strike. What would be the final blow? But Shiranui refused to give in, and with his last ounce of strength, the majestic wolf gazed into heavenwards and unleashed a mighty howl. Suddenly, the black clouds overhead dissipated. The light from above glinted off to Nagi's sword and a beacon of hope. Guided by his sword, Nagi, who had been taking shelter in the shadows, stood proudly to face his adversary, channeling all his strength into the sacred and better arms. He leaped fiercely towards Orochi, sword poised high, the golden sword dancing in his hands like a puppet on the strings. One by one, Orochi's fearsome heads separated from their owner. This is gonna be the whole stream, isn't it? I'm just gonna go to the tutorial area. Orochi's broken body collapsed in the lake of the own blood, and that instant, the curse that plagued the village was lifted. Wait, we destroyed him, but as we're gonna see, that's not exactly what happened. As battle subsided, the sun shone once again in the sky. Shiranui had succumbed to Oroshi's poison-struggling breath. Yeah, I should really wash his teeth. Nagi scooped the beast into the arms and returned to Kamiki. When they reached the village, Shiranui was no longer moving. The village elder gently stroked the wolf's head. In response, Shiranui let out the Oro's pitiful bark. That's how the bark sounded. Then closed his eyes and drifted off into slumber. Peace had at last returned to the Kamiki village. I don't know why I said the Kamiki village, because actually there's only one, so I guess it is the Kamiki village. In order to Shiranui heroic exploits the villagers, erected a shrine and placed a statue of the wolf in it. Nagi's sword was... I'm sorry, I thought this was Japan. What is Kristen? I cannot even pronounce the word, but okay, whatever. To Tsukuyomi and placing inside the moon cave. The villagers all look forward to an age of endless peace. That was the legend. Now let's go to the actual story of the game. There is more to this tale than most people know. 100 years have passed since Nagi Shiranui's heroic exploits. It happened so quickly that no one in the village even took notice. That reminds me, there's actually another reason why I decided to play the PS4 version, but more on that later. Is this the legendary sword? Is this Tsukuyomi? The sword that banished Brother Orochi? No, it couldn't be. It's just a legend. Nothing but a fairy tale. Okay, it's not a fairy tale. It's not a fairy tale. It's not a fairy tale! Oh no! Oh, purple slug, I'm out of here! Please don't leave me! Oh, he who seeks the power, he who has broken my bound, speak the words I wish Dr. something upon the world. Utter the prayer unto me, and unleash my power. Actually, that kind of foreshadows the power of gods there. I mean, I guess it's not a foreshadowing. I mean, I guess it is technically. I think you can hear him scream at one point. The silhouette. Okay, that's the man's silhouette, not the Orochi silhouette. I don't know why they have to silhouette the dragon, the eight-headed dragon. I mean, it's an eight-headed dragon. Why do you need to silhouette that? We already know what an Orochi it is. We just had a story explaining that. And so the land is cursed. No, I'm pretty sure you've been burned. No, cursed. We can restore it with the power of God. And that's what I was getting at. In this version, it doesn't really matter. I explain that later because I don't think that the settings are active now that I think about it. A horrible tragedy suddenly swept over the land. However, there was one village that seemed to escape the terrible curse. The tiny settlement of Okami village enjoyed the protection of a sacred tree. It is here that the real story begins. You mean Okami? Okami? No? Okay. Oh, hello! No! It's Sprite Sakuya! I knew that. Is it me or there's like an extra space between our title and name? In which case I guess it makes kind of sense, so. But yeah, whatever. How troublesome. This is just like the ancient prophecy of the doom. Yes. Ah, yes, that doom guy should have wrote a better prophecy. What has conspired to bring about this calamity? We must act quickly. There is no time to lose. My power has diminished over the years I spent protecting this area. I don't have much time left in this world. Well, that's a nice start. Amaterasu, now is the time. We have never needed your power more. Shrine, yes. Shine your divine light upon this broken and polluted world. Yes. And enslave the humans that are polluting the earth! Save the world, Amaterasu! Kill all humans! Let your heavenly race become our hope and guide us all. And also don't forget to recycle. Okami Amaterasu. Ah, such a fine white light, such beauty and grace. The only one capable of such a wondrous spectacle is none other than our mother and... Oh my god, we're gonna be saying this a lot, I might add. Jesus Christ. How delightful to see the saber. You know what, I just got with the idea with that part. And it probably is not gonna be as good as I am imagining it, sadly, because I'm not that creative. But we'll get to that eventually. All delightful to see that the savor of the brave sacrifice sealed. Away with the evil demons so many years ago has not changed one bit. Seeing you emerge after so many years spent in the statue brings happiness to my heart. I'm not gonna need a sneeze. Otherwise, it's just like I'm just sniffing drugs, I don't know. Amaterasu, gaze above you and taking the condition of the sky. Yeah, it kind of looks red. The waves are purple for some reason. Since your random departure are from our mists, the world has succumbed to the devious, vicious beasts. I'm sorry. They have ravaged the fine, bountiful country of Nippon. That means Japan. I don't know why they couldn't say Japan. Is that copyrighted? In which case, Nippon is just Japan for Japan. Japanese for Japan. So I don't know why they say that, but whatever. But never have the circumstances been worse than they are at this very moment. Please use the powers to banish the darkness, to banish those who do us harm. I'm not gonna do the sound effects. No. What is this? Is something stolen my way into my world? I mean, she already does it for me, even with the gibberish. And also, there's jiggle physics. Sadly, we don't get to see too many jiggle physics. Well, I mean, there's a point where we get to see a lot of jiggle physics, but that's another arc. What on earth? You again? Wow! Are you nuts? Boy, for a little thing, you sure make a big fuss. I was just trying to make the conversation a bit more interesting, that's all. Were you napping in my clothes again, Bug? Bug, I told you thousands of times not to call me that. I'm the Wandering Artist. The name's Ishun. Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, it seems like the title and the name have an additional space there. Which I guess it makes sense, actually. I'll show you just how great I am, and I won't be long until you are bowing before my great brush. Because look at this art that I totally made. With a brush. Well, what do you think? Even cuter than the real thing. Actually, no, she kind of looks fat in that picture. What's with you, Furball? You look kind of down in the dumps. Actually, you look kind of familiar. Get it! You look just like that statue of Shiranui. And now I have dog food. Whoa, what do you think you're doing? Oh, what, are you crazy? An handsome guy like me that you cannot tell because I'm microscopic, but trust me, I'm very handsome. Never become a wolf cubber. You regret messing with the great Ishun. Or Ishun. I think everyone just calls him Ishun. Don't make me use my prize possession Nekumaru against you. I don't want to hear your stories, Ishun! What's that climbing sound? And why so dark anyway? You only notice that now there's wintry tsunamis going around in the background. Oh, great god Amaterasu, I have used all my power, and I have to protect the Kamiki village. The village lives on. Their spirits lie in caves of my fruit. Okay. Get it free and the village will be reborn. Do this complex tutorial level. Okay, it's not very complex at all, I don't know why I say that. I trust that you know what you'll lead us right path. Only your awesome power. I just like when they use awesome. Alright. Apparently, the word for awesome is definitely different used than what it is used today, I think. The trees return to normal, but huh? That Sakuya girl sure said some weird stuff, says the guy with the... You know what, I got nothing. That's the fruit that the girl said, that if you cut it down, the village will be restored. But it's awfully high up there. If you don't use some kind of special power. Wink wink nudge nudge, the winks are in the red. This nudge is really getting to me too. A lot can happen while you're taking a nap. So don't take a nap. Okay, so before we go ahead... oh, that's right, I forgot one thing. The touchpad actually is interesting because the right touchpad gives you the fan menu, but left touchpad gives you the options menu, which was the select button. The options also, rather, the options button gives you the fan menu as well, which is kind of weird because, you know. But anyways, there's a reason I came here. There you go. Mini games on. In the original PS2 version, there was a mini game you could play in the loading screens, but because in the later versions they stopped having that because the game moved well too fast. They just didn't even have that option for that, even in the HD version for PS3. So now I have that option. So that's the other reason I was talking about before. That'll make it so that it makes it easier for me to get Demon Fangs, which is the blue thing we see there in the corner. I'll talk about that more later because right now we can't do anything about that, so let's do that. There's two mini games. One you can just spam the X button, and you can just skip the loading screen at some point because the loading screens are faster. After I think you do 50 pulls on that one, you get a Demon Fang every 50 pulls. There's as you saw there, you can skip the loading screen after a certain amount of time because the game already loaded it. It just has the same time that would have been for the PS2, and I think that's definitely a great compromise that came out with this version of the game. Which I think it's in all current versions, which is the PS4, Switch, and I think Xbox One, and Steam. I might be wrong on that because I actually don't know anything about Xbox One. I know about Steam though, I think it's on Steam. I got awfully quiet all of a sudden. I don't remember any place like this in the village. Well, I better keep our eyes peeled. Okay. You can use the right. Okay, you're going tutorial. I don't need that. I played this game before. Okay, L1. I never actually used this camera that much, but it's not bad looking. Okay, it's gonna tell me about the save points. So, okay, you can save the game. It's save points. So that's not interesting. Let's have our save file. Let's overwrite the save file from before. It's kind of weird that the mini games were off because I did turn that on for that file. But I guess when you create a new game, it just resets. I don't think that's how it works. So one of the many objectives for one of the trophies is to get a lot of money. So we're gonna break a lot of barrels. Another of the objectives, which I'll get in a bit, is to not die less than 5 times, which is probably a lot easier than it sounds for 2 reasons. Number one, you don't actually die that easily. In fact, I never die in this game officially. In fact, I never die unofficially either. I'll explain what I mean with official and unofficial in a bit. Okay, now it's gonna tell me about wall jump here. And also about treasure chests, I guess. So basically I need quite a lot of treasure. The demon fangs I speak of before also count as that. I believe for getting all the actually I should explain that. The demon fangs will eventually get as accessories. I don't know why that jump took me so long to do. Anyways, the demon fangs will buy us is basically accessories that you can equip to Amaterasu here. The camera's not right. And I think getting all the accessories from the shops will technically guarantee that you, at the end, you can get that requisites of the trophy. The other one I'll explain a bit later. I mean, I think there's another one before that. Let's see, there's 4 things. There's how many times you die, how many money you collected, and there's one, and demon fangs. But I don't remember what the last one is on the top of my head, actually. Basically, at the end of the game, there's a result screen, and only after that result screen is when you get that set trophy. And that trophy is missable if you don't do it properly. So you probably should save before the point of return for that trophy. So here Ishin is telling us to use the, or rather, is showing off. Yeah, that's what he's doing. The main mechanic of this game, just using brush to do things. I like how in this specific shot you can see that he's actually using a brush, which is kind of cool. So he's using rejuvenation. I'm not gonna read all the lines, I'm just gonna read the important ones. Just so I can rest my voice. At least for this tutorial area, because god damn, this is just him telling me how to do things like 3,000 times. Okay, I guess this is important. Original 13 gods were a single powerful deity. When a deity died, its powers were split in 13 separate gods. The gods now dwell in 10 objects all around us, but god or no god, how could anyone have the power to master all 13? I wonder. Sadly, we're probably only gonna do the tutorial area. I wanted to stream for a bit more, but I'm kind of tired today. I at least want to stream a bit at least 1 hour. It's guaranteed. Normally it's gonna be 2 hours or more. Depending how energetic I feel, I might stream a bit longer. Okay, so this is telling about Rivers of Heavens. They mean a Fable Stardust River. But I sure don't see anything like it around here. Okay. This will tell us about that again, so we don't want to do that. In fact, Ishin will tell us anyways after we go back down. But first we need to go over here. I destroyed my barrels. Okay, no. We're not gonna destroy those barrels. Those barrels get to live 5 more minutes. Well, look at that sprinkles. I haven't seen such a beautiful nighttime sky in ages. Hey, look! Are those stars forming a pattern? Or is it just me? Yeah, they're just you. Yes, it forms a pattern. It's goddamn line. There was one missing. I guess I'll just have to draw that missing star. Good job, Isin. Bah. Looks like I'm just not ready to draw missing stars. Press the arrow. Okay, just telling me how to do it. I don't know why would you tell me that. If you just hold that and then just let it go, you'll keep telling you. Whoa, what the... Oh, yes, right. I thought I thought my controller was broken for a second, but I forgot. When you do that, he just tries to do it again. And explains it again. One thing to note, when you hold the R1 button, you actually, instead of a brush, you actually is using it. Ami is using her tail, or Matarazu. I'm sorry. Also, spoilers, it's a she. Not that it matters much for the plot, because I think in some of the localizations she's genderless, but she's, as we've seen, actually they already saying Mother Matarasu there. Oh, okay, he didn't say the lines, I'm sorry. Okay, so what I was saying before is they say that line, Mother Matarasu something something something. I'm going to change that line just every time, just to make it different, but this one is actually different, so I'm not going to do that for that one. I apologize for not contacting you sooner. I kinda forgot my cell phone at home. Having never forgotten you, I, Okami, God of Restoration, have eagerly awaited this day when we could again meet. While you were away, the 13 spirits of the brush that you once possessed, including myself, have been scattered around this land of man and ally disarray. So they're the Dragon Balls. Are you Sharon? Can you grant me 3 witches? I became a constellation and managed to survive until now. The time has come for you to seek out and unite all the techniques. Even though there's more techniques after that, but I guess that's because you guys were born in Okami then. But that's Okami then, we're playing Okami. No one talks about Okami then. the heavens and renew the flow of the stardust. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. That's basically how you can restore that river from before. Well, that was Yomigami. There's the nice fella. The god of rejuvenation. Wait, so you have the power of rejuvenation now? Can you really use it to restore the river heavens? The better question is, you have the power of rejuvenation, but you weren't able to put a star, and I didn't have the power of rejuvenation until that moment, then I could put a star. Logic! That would mean you were you were as good with brush as yours, truly. Yeah, show off. Nah, it can be true. Who else could master this incredible god technique? Camera's a bit off. That's not the right button. Let's see. Camera control. I forgot what's the Y, and what's the X. I think X is the horizontal. Okay, that's the one. Admittedly, I probably should even... No, actually, I don't mind that one. It's not like I use the up camera. No, actually, it's bugging me too. Fine. So yeah, now we can fix the Sari River. This game really interrupts you a lot in the beginning, Jesus. Good thing you can skip these in this version. Not that I'm doing that anyways. Here we actually have a journal. Basically telling all the important things right now. Or basically a hint to what to do next. Incidentally, there's no collectible purpose for that. Every guide, however, is a collectible, and that's like you have to collect all of them in order to get a trophy as well. Some of them are given to you as soon as you get a constellation, like that one. Except this one didn't give it to you because it doesn't have one. Well, just not right now, at least. I don't remember if it has one though. Anyways, before I forget, let's put invert X and Y. There we go. Oh man, I'm dropping frames. Well, if I had to drop frames, it definitely was a good thing. It was doing the blah blah blah. Doing the blah blah blah. Oh, by the way, you can press the circle button to bark, or whatever control you're using. You can bark, and that actually pulls up the stats. So it's a good thing to press the L1 button there, or whichever button it is for the console you play Okami in. So we can brush everything and use all the ink. Is there gonna be a space there? No. Okay. The river of stardust. It really must be a river of heavens. But what I really want to know is who the heck drew that darn thing. Anyways, we can swim. There's nothing much to the swim controls, but basically, and this is a hint for a trophy that is missable later on, is to swim faster, you just tap the X button. Unlike some trophy guides, apparently, not the one I'm using now, probably because that one is updated to the time. It told you to use a power that you get later on to go faster, but no, this is actually just easier and faster. But that doesn't really matter. That is literally the fastest way to swim. Huh? Somebody uses the celestial brush. Yeah, each time you try to use the celestial brush, you will just comment about it. I was trying to do something there and I remember. Alright, I don't have that yet. I mean, it's between one of the warrior powers we're gonna get at the end of this dungeon. Oh, here's the Astro Pouch. Basically what that does is once it's full, you collect fruit, which then fills the Astro Pouch. Once full, if you die, you get revived. And by die, I mean you get knocked out, you get back up. It doesn't actually count as a death for that number that I was talking about earlier. So, the game is already hard enough to die in. And even if you do die, you get back up if you have your stomach full. So yeah, this game is pretty easy. In terms of combat, like, damn, there's definitely a few challenging mini games and stuff like that. But when it comes to the dying combat, as long as you have provision and stuff like that, you're not gonna die. I never died doing my original playthrough of this. I'm certainly not dying, and I'm doing it again. Why do I keep doing that? I just want to break barrels quicker, and also fill my Astro Pouch, I guess, with buds. The bud fruit, my favorite. And orange. Gotta have that citrus. Or citrus? Whatever. Oh, damn it, I'm not gonna make it now. I'm not a very button machine. Damn it. God, I forgot that. It's been a while since I played a version that actually has that. Up notes. This area apparently, according to some people, becomes inaccessible at a certain point. Which would make one of the trophies missable. But apparently that's not exactly true. But either way, this is a stray bead. There's 100 of these, one of which you get here, which can be missable perhaps, I don't know, because this area gets sealed off at a certain point, but that's apparently a rumor. I don't know. Either ways, here it is. It's not that hard to find. It's out of the way. There's 100 of these things, one of which you get at the end of the game, I believe. So, before the point of no return, you should have 99. So you can get the trophy when you beat the final boss. Let's destroy some... Always destroy bases. We never know when we're gonna need the money. Ah, speaking of which, I should probably clarify, but the money is accumulative. So even if you spend that money, it still counts. It's not your current money, it's the total money you gather all this time. Thought it was something there. Using the square button makes you charcoal, which actually gives you a speed boost. Right now we only have three phases actually. The regular one, the more speedy one, and the speedier one. And then there's the super fast one, which you get once you get one of the powers. I'm actually not sure, it just happens. It just happens, they don't tell you. Oh, now you can run faster. Nope, they don't tell you about that. But you get faster, which can come in handy. I think that's in the... Actually, I forgot the name of the place, so we're just gonna find that out. We're probably not gonna find that out today, but maybe next stream. Is this a legendary shrine? We must be in the cave of Nagi. The legendary hero Nagi is enshrined in the... enshrined here. He vanished evil 100 years ago with the help of the White Wolf Shiranui. First the River of Evans, and now this place. Where the heck are we, Forball? Boy, this place is wreck. Yes. See that sword? I really cannot speak. See that sword is really bad shape? The god sure didn't do much to protect this place. Well, I mean, you're not wrong. And as we know, we need to break every single... Hey, Amy, doesn't that Nagi broke? Yes! It does! Let me get my Jenny! My yen! I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm playing. Okay, fine. So what they want you to do is, obviously, rejuvenate the sword. And I say it wasn't a sword all along. That was the twist. That really was a brushwork all of this time. How do you get so good? Exactly who are you anyways? So Reason just realized now that we've been doing this. Hey, there's another constellation. This one looks like it looks like a rabbit! It's a goddamn mouse, you idiot. Right? Perfectly aligned. I swear to God, if you're not perfectly aligned, I'm gonna post this stream. How can that mouse do that? I have no clue, but he's a god, so I guess I'm not gonna question. Well, well! It's a Materasu! I got nothing. I guess to be fair to Shigami, he's also not saying it, the full title, so I guess it doesn't matter. It's been a long time, but with all these monsters around, the only place I could hide in this shrine is dedicated to the ancient heroes. What heroes? There's only one here. If there's anything I can do to assist you in your endeavors, I'm at your service. Make good use of this sword, as it was designed by the conqueror of evil, to conquer evil. And with that, we get our first offensive power / puzzle based. In fact, all the powers are used for puzzles, but this one is offensive. The Reserve Edition one cannot be used. Actually, I guess no, I guess it wouldn't be that. Yeah. I mean, no, actually, no, that's Flora. No, you cannot create plants right now. Whatever, I'm just thinking ahead. Hey, that one's got Shigami, master of the power slash technique. Wait a minute, if you're getting all these powers, then you just like that Shiranui. You know the wolf who fought and died alongside the great Nagi? When the Shiranui died, the wolf's power was split into 13 brush gods. So, Shiranui was the original god. What? I thought he was... maybe I'm just overthinking it. This is crazy. Shiranui and Nagi are just like in the legend. Well, anyways, I never seen this power slash technique myself. How about we showing that stuff up in Boulder there? So basically, it wants me to draw one to do the power slash. That was what I was trying to do beforehand, because it's literally the one thing that you use the most in this game. Wow, I didn't think you had it in ya, for a ball. I'm not even in the same league as you. Oh my god, he's being modest for once. Oh, actually, it's more being honest at this point. Whatever. I guess I really overestimated myself. Hey, Furball. I mean, Amaterasu. I made up my mind. If you're the Shiranui reborn, then that means you can master all 13 techniques, right? In that case, I think I'll tag along until I am as good as you. Lucky you. Lucky me indeed. It's not a use trying to change my mind. I'm gonna sing my song of people. Shoot. Sorry. There's no stopping me once I made a decision. But enough about me. How about we master the power slash? You can use to get that thing Saki talking about. Let's go back and give it a shot. And now we have a crazy taxi arrow. Alright, let's break some logs. And let's try to break some trees! Because okay, break one tree! You can also break some barrels! And break some demons! So use that mirror to attack. More importantly... yes, that too. That's not what I was gonna mention. You do more damage to you when they're black and white, but you shouldn't do that because there's a thing called forward finisher in this game. Basically, each demon has a particular way you can finish them with your celestial brush. Doing that will reward you with a demon thing. Well, reward you with demon things, because sometimes some enemies drop different demon fangs. Different enemies might have different brush techniques that you have to use. That one is Power Slash, which is the green imp, which should appear in my bestiary now. Um, Sometimes the 4 finisher is hinted in the description. In this case, it's not hinted here. But each enemy is 4 finisher. Most of them are Power Slash based. Others are other techniques you get later on, which are not as convenient as Power Slash, I might add. Like, one of them, which I think is the next one that can be a power finisher, is probably one of the hardest to pull off because of how it works, but more on that once we get that. For now, let's get going. Up note, the bestiary page also has to be completely filled. There's a missable enemy later on, and that's basically, I talk about all the possible missable trophies. Up note, once you do enough hits, you'll get Holy Protection there, which is in the left corner, bottom left corner, which means if I get hit, I won't actually take damage. That can be up to 3 times, red, yellow, and green. Later on, we'll get a weapon, which makes that very easy to accumulate. There's also an item that improves that. Also, your rank in these. Gangbang rank, you get more Yenny, so you want to try to get all the Cherry Blossoms. I didn't get the Cherry Blossom there, because I kind of was stalking there, so kind of hard to focus on battle. Here's the other minigame. You have to time your paws there, so you can get all big paws there and get a Demon Fang out of it. That one I can barely do. I have a hard time with that one. Up note about water again. Normally, when in water, it will slowly drain your health, and if it drains the sun circle, which is basically your health there, you lose 1 health, and you brought back to the place before you jump on the water. I got the cabbages! Now, sometimes you can cut stuff on the ground, and sometimes you'll have Chinese cabbages. I don't know why Chinese exists when Japan is Nippon, which I guess technically is just that, but whatever, you know what? I don't question these things. Let's get all the cabbages. Or the ink. Ink restores over time, so getting that is normally not a big deal unless you're in battle. And then we got ginger, I guess. I don't know. I've noticed how much food you can get from this. Messing up the line causes you to not do any Power Slash. Up note as well, if you do lose health, if you go to a save point, you do restore your health. And ink, technically speaking, but ink already automatically restores. Slowly, there's something that will make it actually a lot faster. You can upgrade these things, but more on that later. Alright, this is the fast one. Come on, damn it! I think that was close too. Alright, now the crazy area is pointing upwards, so we probably should do the thing in up note. I say that a lot, don't I? I was gonna say you can move the camera for this while you were holding the R1 button, but in that specific case I can't do it because I guess Actually, I don't know why I can't do it. That was weird. Well, we're gonna figure that out in a bit. For now, we're gonna get our first divine intervention here, which is always pretty cool because this time around, it's actually proper resolution. Or was it always proper resolution in PS3? I don't actually remember that. Maybe I'm thinking of the Wii version. Wow, the village has been restored. Sakuya came through big time. She really was protecting the village. But I sure wish I could spend time with our kimono, if you know what I mean. Bow chicka bow wow. Burn the bug! But seriously, monsters running around and all. The village could still be in danger. Let's go see how they're doing down there. Okay. So like I was saying, you can normally move the camera, but I guess the camera was fixed in that point. Guess that screen is specifically for that. Okay. So right here we are in the shrine mode, but if we go to... Oh, I guess right now it doesn't matter. Okay, I'll talk about that later then. By later, I mean next time. Because I'm probably gonna call it after we restore the village completely. What in the world? I don't remember there being a statue here. Well, whatever. Let's go and talk to the villagers. Hey, there's a statue here too. It's like the villagers have turned into stone or something. Not again! That's one of those smaller monsters that's working about. A world like that's gonna belong to something much bigger. Let's hurry up and find somebody with a pulse around here. No good, this one is not moving. Everyone here was perfectly fine just a few hours ago. There's definitely something strange going on around here. The village is back, but that's up with the dark sky. Maybe it's dark outside the village too. Let's find some high ground and we take a walk around. Oh, that crazy taxi arrow! You know what? I never played Crazy Taxi. I probably should give that one a shot. If I can find a way to play that. Is it available on Steam? Maybe. There's something definitely strange going on. Let's find some high ground so we can take a look. Yeah, you told me. Like, there's not actually many scenes where you can actually move while there's someone talking. Like, there's only a few instances of that. This is bad. The sun's not even shining. It's black in the night as far as the eye can see. And not a single villager can move a muscle. Is this the kind of curse that the monster do? Is this the kind of curse that the monster do this? It's not gonna stay like this forever, is it? Only the sun went out to the light our way. You could draw a circle in the sky and have ourselves the sun, but I guess that'd be impossible even for you, a god like you. Maybe better to seek out to brush your god up for help. Of course, if you had that kind of power from the start, that'd be a different story. Ah! You really should study on your history, mythology. Take. Draw a circle. Rise the sun! Come to think of it, your name is Amaterasu. That's the name of the sun god. So it's followed that. Wait a minute, I thought there was only supposed to be one god beforehand. So it followed you had the sunrise technique from the start. With it, you could even turn a night into day. Wait a minute, if Amaterasu was technically only born today, but he wasn't actually before, so everyone just called it Shiranui when he wasn't Shiranui. It's kind of confusing now to think about it. You're no runner of the mill god, that's for sure. But Shiranui was the one god. And then they made a statue. And then the statue was given the thing, and everyone just calls him Amaterasu. How does that work? The flowing, the flowing brush is like music to heavens. That's the line of one of my grandfather poems. We're never gonna talk about it ever again. If I had skilled artists was like a magician shaping power. Since you're such a great artist yourself, why don't we name you or your brushwork after the poem of his? It's called Celestial Brush. After all, your brushes did bring out the sun. Well, Amy, let's get back to the village. We gotta see if the villagers are back to normal now. What do? I play with my orange, don't mind me. Village Elder Mr. Orange. Ah, White Wolf. Not the White Wolf of the terrible creatures, that. Yes, terrible creature 190, I'm sorry. I just misspelled that. Misread that, rather. You couldn't possibly be the legendary Shiranui. No, he can't be. That story is 100 years old. Still, you look a lot like that statue of Shiranui. On the other hand, you don't look quite as smart. Are you coming dumb? Whoa, no need to growl like that. I don't really understand what I'm saying. Well, I'm not one to mince words, I just state the facts. That's not a fact! You just want to just call a person a wolf. Whatever. He's not vomiting at you anyways, he's vomiting at those things. And we get a proper introduction to the Grand Imps, even though we already found like 4 of them. Must fight 3 more! This is sudden chill drawing my spine. Here they come, Fireball. Those are the monsters that have been plaguing the lands. They sneak into the village and cause all sorts of trouble. Step aside, Fireball. This is a job for my trusty sword, Dekumari tonight. It's a job for an old man sword. That was probably not very comfortable. He's an old man, Nami. I know we technically didn't give you that nickname, but goddamn it, I cannot call you Amaterasu for the whole thing. Even though it's gonna be like for 5 seconds or something. Ah, damn it, I missed that demon thing. I was trying to be faster so I could, yeah, that's the advantage of trying to do the power finisher. Because if you hit it, do you want to hit it incidental when you were supposed to do the power finisher? Did you miss the power finisher? The kanji for that praise there is actually happiness. Actually, if you check the manual for the original Okami on PS2, which mine was in black and white, but it did have a few kanjis there. One of which was the praise, the one with the kanji for the praise here, which is kanji for happiness, which makes sense. So praise is the other thing that you need to collect a certain amount in order to get a trophy later on. So, get a lot of praise, restore a lot of things, beat a lot of things. Just play the game, basically. And that Mr. Orange you tossed, that was very rude, by the way. Oh. Seems gods have grown weaker people, so you can't see them anymore. I don't know why you're grumbling. Oh, anyways, I'll show you around the village. I have a feeling we're in for an epic adventure. This should be fun for a ball. Indeed. So here's another thing. Feedbacks. There are 4 types of feedbacks, and these are done to feed animals. Now, I forget if you actually have to feed all the animals or if it's just have to feel. No, I think it's feeding all the animals. You have to feed all the animals, and each animal has one of the four, being seeds, fish, meat, and vegetables. For the most part, it's very basic what each of them eat. For instance, I'm gonna go ahead and just not call this because it's explaining stuff. Go to the fan menu. I'm a fan of this menu. Also, these are health orbs. Also, spirit globe, and our health is called solar energy, so that's the thing. And this is the thing I was explaining about the water before. Okie dokie. We can dig with the triangle button, and we can dig this up. Let's try that again. We can dig this up. Why was that on the ground? I don't know, but it gives me money, so I don't care. Anyways, here we have our first victim. Yes, let's eat the bird. No, let's feed the bird with the seed bags because they're birds. They eat seeds, of course. Note, the skip thing no longer appears automatically because in the original game you could do it from the get-go. Obviously, because we're not going to wait a minute for that thing to pop out. For some reason in this game, the skip thing doesn't appear until you press it. So that's interesting. Sadly, we don't have enough seeds to feed these birds. So instead, we're gonna eat them. Isn't that adorable? Anyways. Here we can see a treasure that is hidden. During nighttime, you can actually, these things light up, so they're easy to be found in that time. We obtained a travel charm that increases our godhood, which is the thing in the left corner in the battle that I mentioned before. This guy here is part of a side quest that you have to keep doing. Basically, you have to defeat enemies in a certain amount of time, so you have to be quick on this one. So I'm probably not going to bother with the photo finisher in this one, and just try to kill them as quickly as possible. As if that was quick enough. You will know when you did it, when you do it, because it will give you happiness when you clear the objective. He's found in different areas later on, and I don't think there's any trophy related to this, unless he gives you a beat at the end. I think he actually gives you a beat at the end. But you always should do these because they give you happiness. So I keep calling it happiness. It's called praise, but I just learned that kanji and then I just kept calling it happiness. I think that's... And I see that the path you have chosen is also the path of truth. Okay, so that was good enough. So first try! And this is Mr. Orange here, passed out because we killed him. Oops. Sorry, old man. Alright, so the thing I wanted to show, right now, that place we went is no longer available, or is it? If you go through here, it appears again and you can go back exploring. Meanwhile, we have these two girls here. Let's talk to them. Oh, a white wolf. I thought the statue of the Shirinu we had disappeared. And you look just like it. It didn't just come to life, did it? That's silly. Hey sis, this dog got something weird in his back. Let's stop being silly. That's a room and start. Of note, Wilkins can normally see the markings and the mirror that you have in the back. Everyone else doesn't, because kids are more to believe in fairy tales and I guess gods. Um, why adults don't much believe in them, and that's why they cannot see them. So that's an interesting detail I like about this game, which is a bit ironic to a certain thing, but whatever. Just do some things. A white roof. Now this is the plain weird. Sure, it looks like a weak little bugger. I think you could beat my dog, Hayabusa. He's definitely not important whatsoever. Please ignore him. Think you can beat my dog, Hayabusa? Well, listen to this. There's this field mama to see. Well, Hayabusa managed to dig up 9 turnips in a row. Even to my mama was chasing him around trying to slug him. There are actually 10 turnips on that field. Hayabusa is fixing to get that all 10. So if you see it running, you'll... the Ishin actually explains this to you, but it's only in the fixed conversation that you have to do. Well, I say fixed conversation, but I guess technically you don't need to talk to her in order to do that, so I guess you can skip that tutorial. Think you can dig up all the turnips in my mama field? Don't forget, you have to avoid being slugged by mama. I'll admit you're better kinda if you do. Heh, she's gonna try and slug us? Not exactly my idea of a good time, mommy. At least you have the celestial wicked brushstroke. Good idea, let's kill her. We kill your mother. We got all the... You killed my mother! But we got the turnips, so that means we win. Speaking of which, let's talk to her. I like her name is just Mushi's mother. Okay. I had about enough of this. I don't know if it's a stray dog or monsters or what, but someone keeps messing up with my corpse. I'm going to go holes with the triangle button. It makes me mad. If I catch you digging around here, you will get a good stomping. Oh yeah? I'm just setting my tail. I like doing that actually. That is kind of fun. Okay. Alright. Let's do this. But first, let's talk about turnips. Probably should zoom out so we can see her better. You can break a vase so you can get a bit of time and collect. Try not to get slugged there. So basically just keep doing that. You can also do this later. In fact, you have to do this later at a certain point, but right now you don't need to do it, so you can do it now or you can do it later. It really doesn't matter. I prefer to do it now just so I can get some praise. And also because... Actually, there's no other reason. I just like doing it. Oh, that didn't work. Good thing we don't have a time limit for this. Probably shouldn't have left her right next to me. Let's just draw her in, or rather draw her out. Okay, for this one, last one, it's not a turnip. Well, it is a tournament. Let's get out of here, and I just want to point out what that turnip looks like. And we're giving this to a kid. Okay. Hey, that's The oddly shaped turnip! Yeah, bush and I have been working for. That means you have broken our bush record by digging up the 10 turnips. Gosh darn it. Fine, you're the better canine. Anyways, it actually feels good to have a new goal to aim for. And for that we get 7 praise. Before I forget, let's go back up here, because I forgot to get something, one of the stray beads that you can locate in the world map. Which is up here. Now we just need to wall jump here. Wall jump. I forgot how you actually get up there actually. The camera's not helping right now. Let's see. What is... Camera? Okay, so... There you go. So we got... I think that's all the stray beads we can get for now, because for Kamiki Village I think there's 3 of them. 2 of them can only be gotten after we get certain powers. Both of them being different powers, actually. Let's talk to this old lady, shall we? White Wolf, now that's a rare sight. Did you come down from the mountain just to play with us? Well, you better be careful, dear. Lately, some monsters have been attacking the village. Jers. Yeah, that's what I meant. Do you even know who you're talking to, Grandma? This little here is sheer newly reborn. The wolf and I have covered those monsters are history. Well, if it isn't Ishun and running a wolf army, this one is certainly resembles Shiranui, especially the nose. Well, I better be back to my work, mumble mumble. Here to listen to the ramblings of an old woman, are you? Well, I was doing the laundry, but when it was ready to dry, I noticed my drying pole was gone. Oh, whatever shall I do? Well, if our drying pole is missing, we just have to make one. I guess that was good enough. If there was obviously a break there, but whatever. A new drying pole? Oh my, where did you come from? Oh, gods must have answered my prayers. How wonderful. Time to dry the laundry. Well, I'm glad I was able to hang the laundry, but the sun seems to be so far away these days. Maybe it doesn't like all those monsters that are lurking about. Well, if I only could have the shining shrine closer. Well, if only the god of sun was here. But wait! He is! My word! The sun is suddenly drawn so close! My wonder will be done dry in no time. First my bowhead, now this is a miracle never sees. Maybe I ought to make a cherry cakes to offer to the sun. Come back tonight if you want some too, Snowball. It's funny you say that because I am the sun goddess. So you technically offer me cake. No, it makes better cherry cakes. They're not rotting good. So that unlocks the happiness and also cherry cakes. That's the important stuff. Speaking of that, back there we saw the lemon, but one thing of note, a unique food item that you can get, not that it matters, but you can, by breaking this, you get these Kamiki oranges. So that's nice. I probably should be checking the houses too, shouldn't I? Some of them do have interesting things. I think this is the oranges houses. Yeah, these are definitely oranges. Nothing to... Are you kidding me? There's a giant orange here. There's a giant orange there. The orange is a lie. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, there's something here. And this is our first treasure, a pearl fragment. One of the trophies does involve you collecting all one type of each treasure. You don't have to collect all treasures per se, you just have to collect one of each. These are chickens. As obviously they eat seeds. I don't think there's anything interesting in this one. Nope. I think this is Mushi's house. There are really signs we can tell what choice is. Oh, okay, so this is Kushi's house, which we haven't met, but this is a nice house. Let's check it out. Is there nothing else here? I actually don't think I ever examined the back here. I don't know why I never went in here, actually. I'm never getting these, am I? Well, what a fine-looking booth. That's... what's your name? What's your name? Mine is Kushi. It's a pleasure to meet you. Sakeburo Kushi. Working the fields again? Oh yeah. I can't fucking read. Ishin, are you and the wolf together? This is where I grow the rice into making sake, you know. But maybe I managed to art this all on my own work. Maybe I should have Susano give me a hand again this year. Oh, listen to me babbling on. I just can't help shedding to you. And this is where he gives you the tutorial. Now granted, like I said, I guess you technically don't need to get this tutorial because you can actually just solve a problem and have things moving, so I don't know. You're basically just telling you can talk when they have a triangle in their head. You can talk to them again and give you new information. Susano is a neighbor of mine. I think everyone in this village is a neighbor. I don't. He's also like the furthest away because he's on the other side of the lake, of the river. The river, yes. He's a little unusual, but he goes around with a huge sword and a slug all over the soldiers. He's always practicing with it. They say he's a direct descendant of the legendary hero Nagi, and he loves his sake too. He often pops around by it. Make sure to say hello when you see Susano. He could use a friend. I should think he's always on his own. Okay, let's try to visit Susano. Incidentally, you could use something to help her out, but I think I want to read those lines before we do anything. Jeez, he's always snoring like bear. This is his home of the two-beat middle-aged warrior Susano. He goes around and claiming he's the center of Nagi. He's famous around here for his lineage, but he's awfully lazy and too off all the world to be a descendant of a legendary hero. Well, true, but you know what? Let's try becoming friends with Susano. Why not? Kushi asks us that favor. We can be best buddies. As long as I don't have to sleep near him, I can totally be friends with him. Keep a power slash here, you can see Kushi. ambiguous. I still know we can. I don't think we will. That's why I find something else to do. Okay, so we can't do anything now with Susanna, so before we actually, I guess I should proceed with the podcast. I can't do anything else. Well, I can help Kushi with something, but Kushi won't tell me until later, and I can technically solve a problem before she tells me. But let's not do that. Who the heck put this big rock here? It's blocking the only road out of the village. Doesn't look like you could squish through anywhere. Besides, I don't even know if it's safe to leave the village. Yet. Heave. This is weird. My mind really wants to shift this rock, but my body won't cooperate. It's like I'm made of lead. Wait, how the hell do you know what a lead is? Anyways, could this be the case of demonic possession? I sure hope not. Well, the game says yes. And this is the introduction of Forbidden. And just like the Greenham, this far finisher is Power Slash. He eventually blocks, which then Power Slash to break. Well, I accidentally hit that one, so I can get the far finisher. Just like that! Boy, oh boy. At least I'm getting money. And we also get some praise from that. Well, I mean, you suddenly started glowing. That means you divine it. Okay, tutorial time. In the fan menu, you can increase your stats using praise. And obviously, there's a trophy for this. Say if you do for each individual one. This is health. This increases how much ink you can use. This increases how much process you can have. And this increases the digits of numbers of coins you can hold. For now, let's upgrade ink. Well, it's all coming back to you, or what? Huh? Why'd you notice such a small enchantment? Oh, why not, Furball? Wait a minute, you already were calling him Amy beforehand. Ah, I feel light as a feather. Now, sadly, that doesn't make it any easier to shift this boulder. Who will the walk or only path out of here anyways? There's no way I can get back to the city now. I mean, wait, you never go to the city, you always stay here. Say, pup, your owner lives here in the village, right? I don't have an owner. So you must know that guy Susanna. Can you get him if we come here? They say, why are you asking a wolf to do that for you? Well, one can do something about it. This rock is them. That's strange. This boulder wasn't here before. Okay, now that we triggered that event, we can now wake him up. What the? Ah, I feel so well rested. I planned to meditate on the ground, but I fell asleep. Huh? Who are you? What business do you have here with Susanna, the greatest warrior ever? Great warrior, Susanna. I like how he's just wagging the tail. Do even the beast know of my great exploits now? What are your great exploits? Well, Fido, I'm out looking for apprentices. Go back to the mountains and play with your monkey friends. How terribly we might like to interrupt my meditation. What meditation? You were asleep. Get a hold of this guy, all brawn and no brains. Quit messing around and come with us. Huh? And you snuck here again? Quit bugging me, you bug. I told you, don't call me a bug! Come on, Amy, we're taking with us. What do you think you're doing? We're kidnapping you, of course. We're Suzanne napping you. Between all this instance, what would the neighbors think? What would the neighbors think indeed? Oh! Actually, that is a good question. What would the neighbors think? I never tried to do this, and now think about it. Hey! Ekushi, I made a friend! Oh, Susanna. Looks like you have made a good pal there. Snowy really likes you. Yeah. Boy, you're sure weird, Susanna. Is that supposed to be some new kind of training or what? I better not be messing up my garden, Susanna. You will get a good thumping if it is. Oh, Susanna, that sure looks like fun. But I should you be practice your sword play. I hope you're not mistreating that fine wolf. Wait. Mr. Orange is no longer here. I wonder if I can find him. Probably not. Whoa, what are you doing? Okay. See if we can find Mr. Orange before I actually go to that rock. We're just gonna show him to all our neighbors. Oh, he is here. Susanna, stop fucking around. The day is meant for work. Come give me a hand if you have time to waste like that. A hand with what? I cannot jump down from here. Get it from there though. Alright, let's move that rock. Or not. I don't think we can move that rock right away. What is bunny rabbits here? Brought me all the way here. Just test yourself against me. Then prepare to taste the wrath of my trusty blade. Toan Boku. Hold on a minute. You're the legendary Susano? Yup, no other than Susano, the greatest warrior who ever lived. And by the way, never interrupt a warrior's engage in battle. But I've got a favor to ask you. This huge boulder is blocking the path of really getting in my way. Can't you do something about it? What? Come on, please. I mean, you're the knight descendant, aren't you? Surely one of the stone, match for mighty skills, right? It's certainly not beyond my ability. Really? Great. Okay then, no time like the present. Go for it. Wait. A boulder this size is not very easy even for me. This will be required my utmost focus to magnify the power of my soul. I shall return to my training grounds to make preparations. Wait for my return. I wonder. Never seen that guy train seriously, ever. Alright. I know what you that mercenary could help, but all of that size. I don't care if I'm the legendary bloodline, it's just... Wait a minute. Remember this for later, cause I'm just gonna drop this back. Oh no, I can't believe it. I ran out of sake in a time like this. This won't do one bit. That's it. For today, I'll just have to train till tomorrow. No, I got it. It's no use, I can't even move. Can't train without the sake through my fire. Training will just have to wait until tomorrow. Why do today when it can put off until tomorrow? That's going to the thing Susanna way. Sake, huh? Oh yeah, this village has a sake brewing girl, doesn't it? So that's your hint to what to do? Well, you can now go talk to Kushi. Oh, hello there. You got a bit of a problem, you know. I have to polish the rice in the meal house before I can use it. But the meal is broken and a wicked monster broke it the other day. It's hopeless trying to make a good sake without the clean rice. That's too bad. I should never have let that monster try my new thunder brew. Wait, why did you give your thunder brew to the monster? The Pokemon fought in the corpse and it's all the things I get. Don't go giving monsters sake, they're bad enough sober. Jeez, what was she thinking? Anyways, I guess this is a matter of fixing something that's broken. Sounds like something you could handle with burst techniques. Oh, I thought you were gonna say with your fixing skills. Alright. Let's go fix with the power of rejuvenation. Of note, you can also hold the triangle button to put more ink. That makes it easier for rejuvenation. What's this? What's this? Christmas everywhere! The mills has been mended. What on earth did that? I completely given up on the idea to making my sake. But now I can get it with the polishing the rice. Well, no time like the present, I better get started. Alright, now we just have to talk to her and have some alcohol. And get some rice balls. Also known as something else, I forgot the name. You're interested in how to brew sake, are you, Sonoi? Well, this thing here is your polishing rice, you see. Oh, I'll tell you what, I've got something I think you'd like. It's just about the leftovers taco from the store. I made it myself, it's Sake Vista of the Gods. But are you even old enough to drink, Snowy? Well, they only need to be like... 3 years, you know, to drink. Depending on the country. Unless they don't have an age to drink. Come on! I did! Eventually I'll be able to do it. Eventually. Susanna, get your goddamn drink. Get up and do stuff. Hold it right there, Fido. That smell, it's Kushi's famous homebrew sake. Wait, why would it be homebrew if she's a professional? Whatever. Fido, my friend, did you bring me some Kushi sake? Do you want the Kushi sake? God damn. Okay. Oh, what a glorious day. Ah, good old sake. A man without a drink is like a warrior without his trusty sword. In fact, he said that the Nage himself relied on the power of the sake in his battle with the dreaded Urushi. That's not untrue. It's also clear now. Let's trading begin, do tell. I will just try a bit of my usual routine. Okay, here I come! This is the part where we power slash everything and pretend Susanna did everything. Feast your eyes on this! Sono style exploding implosion! Try that again. Sometimes I just fail because of the angle of thing, because sometimes power slash doesn't work in certain angles. Oh yeah! So Zano style! Exploding implosion! Perfect slice! That was amazing! You sliced that huge rock clean in half! I don't know why I sound like a nerd saying that. Really are something. Well, I didn't think you could do it, Pops. Me neither. I mean, of course I could. After all, I am Susanna, the greatest warrior ever. You weren't just showing up when you said you were Nagi's descendant. Someone like you have no trouble fighting monsters off, huh? Well, anyways, thanks a lot. Now I can start doing business again. Did you say monsters? Oh, of course, no problem. This is a job for the most skilled warrior of all Nippon. Yes, I shall rid these lands of their vile presence. Just sit back and watch the great Susanna work his magic. Okay, there he goes. He couldn't get all puffed up, he's nothing without us. I think you'll be okay, the monsters outside the village are nasty. Ah, good morning, Amaterasu. Look at my butt. What a pleasure to witness your heroic deeds. I am in awe. How? House? Whatever. In house. When we cleave the boulder into two, my heart skip a beat. To see the skills of the brush, to be witness to the great art. Yeah, so we get a reward for something, right, lady? How do you think your participation had any impact with the bug? It's Ishun. Stop calling it bug. I'll crawl back into your kimono if you say that again. My word. Ah, relax, lady. Corbo here is more comfy, and now I don't want to do with any of this. Let's get back to the reward thing you were talking about. Come on, Amy, put a paw up or something. Oh, go on, shake! I must apologize. I would like to reward you, but I'm afraid I haven't the power. I can barely muster enough strength to make a flower bloom. Though my body stands firmly here in the confines of the village, my roots spread far and wide, protecting the remote areas outside. These parts of me are known as guardian samplings. They collect praise and adoration that gives me strength. The recent evil is eroding the guardian samplings. If this continues, I will wilt away as well, and my power will vanish. Worse yet, the dark power grows stronger with each passing day. Life as we know will be consumed utterly in no time. Aw man, this is getting heavy. Great and powerful Amaterasu, would I be able to request your assistance in the rejuvenating guardian samplings by lifting the curse and enslave them? I shall mark the locations of the nearby saplings on your map. Okay. I have grown tired and I haven't even the strength to speak now. I'm sorry, I'm also pretty sleepy. Deaf deers, Amaterasu, may the fresh scent of flowers protect you always. Bah, I'm always itching for a good fight, but sure don't want to poke my nose into this mess. Still, I'm stuck with the fireball here until I get the brush skills. Anyways, Ami, a gun and all. What could possibly go wrong? Where are you? Bugsy? And did you listen to her, Furball? Yes. Get stuck into where you go. You get the rest of the brush techniques and save the world. And now, steal and burn them. Yeah, that's the ticket. At any rate, we'll start by following those marks on the map. Alright. Before we do that, now the merchant is here, so we can shop. We can also sell that treasure we found. There's also a few treasures, which I can collect. We can buy some seed bags, which I'm gonna need in order to complete the animals. But for now, we're gonna leave that for next time, because I'm way too tired to even focus on how many seed bags I need. So next stream, we're gonna continue, not doing much here. The only thing missing is just feeding some animals. That's probably all I'm gonna do in Kamiki Village, and then we're gonna go to the next area and go from there. And with that said, I'll see you guys in the next stream. Bye bye!